Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here tonight at the Briar Patch for boys 47th District tournament action. We've got the first round of the boys 47th District basketball tournament tonight. In this first matchup, we have Pulaski County and Casey County going toe-to-toe here tonight. And then tomorrow night we'll have the second of the first round boys games with Somerset versus Rockcastle here at 7 o'clock here at the Briar Patch. So we'll get started here. We got about 6 minutes till tip off. We'll get you the starting lineups here in just a few minutes and a few key statistics. Before we get into that, though, I'd like to thank our title sponsor tonight and for this district tournament. So we would like to thank Alton Blakley for being the title sponsor of the boys and girls 47th District tournament. We would also like to thank our presenting sponsors, Lake Cumberland Rheumatology Infusion Center, Phil Grundy Insurance, and Sports Den, your one-stop shop for coaches, schools, and sports enthusiasts. So we'd like to thank our sponsors. Please give them a shout, some business. Just thank them for their support of high school athletics here in the community. So I am Casey Rexroth. I'm alongside with Reggie Smith here tonight, who's one of our high school seniors here at Somerset High School. So Reggie, just what are you thinking about tonight with Pulaski County and Casey County here before we get into the starting lineups?
I don't know though. Casey's definitely got some scores on the team. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. It's kind of hard to sometimes see against opponents that they're probably a little bit better than. So.
Okay, Reggie, nobody heard what you just said a minute ago because I had you in the wrong thing. So now we hear you. Okay. All right. So, well, now I'll ask you again, Reggie, what are you thinking about tonight? Just real briefly before I get into the starting lineups.
All right. Well, I've seen both of these teams play this season, and I think I'm going to have to give it to Pulaski County on this one.
It should be it will be a uphill battle for Casey County, but we'll see how they do. So let's start off tonight in the home whites. You have Pulaski County Maroons. They are 16-10, 5-0 in the district, 10-5 in the region. They have lost 4 of their last 5 games. They are the defending Region 12 champions from last year. Of course, Coach John Fraley. Their starters tonight will be number 4, Zach Anderson. He is a junior. He scores 8.5 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, leading rebounder. Number 11, Gavin Cook, a senior, the leading scorer at 11.7 points per game. Also a shooter, a three-point shooting threat out there, getting 2.8 threes per game. Number 31, Seth Farmer is a junior, 10 points per game. Number 1, Carson Fraley, junior, 10.8 points per game. And senior, Ethan Ottawine, number 14. Ethan scores 9.8 points per game. Of course, Coach John Fraley. And for Casey County tonight, I talked to Casey County's coach, Todd Carmen, before the game, and he said they've had some recent injuries. I think their point guard that they've had through the whole season this year just went down with an ACL just recently. They've had a couple of other incidences with a few other kids not dressing tonight as well. So they have a very young team out there. They will have just one senior that you'll see in the starting lineup here in just a minute. I think a couple juniors, maybe 3 sophomores, a couple freshmen, 3 or 4 freshmen, and then about 4 8th graders on the roster here tonight. So starting for Casey County. Of course, Casey County is 3-24 this year, 0-6 in the district, 0-12 in the region. Starting at guard will be number 2, Jackson Knight. He is a sophomore. Number 3, Ethan Hatter. He's their lone senior on this team. Number 4, Evan Collins is a freshman. Number 1, Carson Beeler is a junior. And then number 21, Jason Shaler, 8th grader. Scoring-wise for Casey County, you have Carson Bueller is their leading scorer with 7.1 points per game. Evan Collins with 5.1 points per game. Jason Shaler with 4.8. And then their other leading scorers that are listed as far as statistics-wise, those are some of the kids that are not able to dress tonight. So you've got, already Casey County's had a tough season. They've had battled a lot of adversity with just, a lot of losses. But then you add on, Reggie, 4 other guys, contributors that would be, as I talked to their coach earlier in the game or before the game, would be contributing here tonight. They're not dressed, not able to play.
I think it's been a big problem for both teams this year. You see down there for Pulaski, Brady Blankenship, Will Blankenship's little brother. He was a big contributor for them last year, and he's been out. He's missed majority of the season this year.
Yeah, I feel like there's been, significant injuries all around the district region. Just anytime I've seen, of course, Somerset's dealt with a number of injuries this year, and I've just seen them all over the place this year. So we're going to pause for our national anthem. All right, so you may hear the PA coming through with the starters here in just a minute, as we just gave you. Once again, if you're just joining us here, we're about to tip off. We'll be getting the starting lineups from the PA announcer in just a second. But while they're doing those, I'd once again want to take this opportunity to thank Alton Blakley for being title sponsor of Boys and Girls 47th District Tournament. And also, once again, our presenting sponsors for this tournament, Lake Cumberland Rheumatology and Infusion Center, Phil Grundy Insurance, and Sports Den. So once again, if you are just joining us, my name is Casey Rexroad. I'm here with Somerset High School senior Reggie Smith. So, Reggie, what are you looking forward to seeing most, maybe expecting to see from this Pulaski County squad?
I don't know. I'm definitely wondering if Seth Farmer is going to be as dominant in this game as he was the last game he played on this court. I mean, he leads this Pulaski County team in 2-point field goals by a long shot. And I don't know how many points he scored here when he played the Briar Jumpers, but he put on a show for sure.
Definitely, sometimes something about this floor, this gym, sometimes some players just really answer the call for that. And so far this season, that's definitely been Seth. So we'll see if that does continue tonight. So once again, we'll recap starters before we get started. If you missed that a second ago, Casey County will be starting number 2, Jackson Knight, sophomore. Number 3, Ethan Hatter, senior. Number 4, Evan Collins, freshman. Number 1, Carson Bueller, junior. And number 21, Jason Shaler, 8th grader. And they are coached by Todd Carmen. They are 3-24 in the regular season. Pulaski County Maroons are coached by John Fraley. They'll be starting tonight Number 4, Zach Anderson, Jr. Number 11, Gavin Cook. 31, Seth Farmer. 1, Carson Fraley. And 14, Ethan Waddleline. And we have the Maroons get the tip. Looks like the Casey County Rebels are out in a 2-3 zone. Nice little action with a nice bucket by Anderson. Rebels bring the ball down the floor. Hatter got tipped out of bounds by the Maroons, so it will remain Casey County ball. We got Beeler on the wing, trying to get the ball into the high post, denying the.
Stolen by Anderson.
Comes Pulaski on the drive. Anderson thought about the 3 there for a second.
That's first bucket of the night.
There you go, on cue, Reggie. You talked about Seth coming to play on this floor, so we'll see if that continues. He's got it started. Got a quick timeout here for Casey County. So if you have not had the opportunity to come out to any of our games this week, we've got a whole rest of the week playing. So we've got tomorrow night will be the second game of the first round of the boys district tournament with Somerset versus Rockcastle at 7 o'clock here at the Briar Patch. So if you're able to join us, come on out. If you're not able to make it in person, we'll be here on Somerset Athletic Network. Casey County going to inbound the ball. Getting the full court man pressure there for Pulaski. And here we bring Knight to bring it up the floor. Looking at their roster, most of the kids that are not dressing tonight are their guards. I think Jackson Knight was the only guard that was listed on there. So ball handling may be an issue. Got another turnover there. The steal was by Farmer. Pulaski missed on the layup, got the rebound to number 21, Shaler. Got the pressure again from Pulaski with the, looks like we're getting a run and jump trap on this. Gets the ball reverse. Ball tip, got Shaler on the drive. He's going to try to get a bucket. No good. Passed it out. Gets backed out. So, Reggie, you can already see that the pressure from Pulaski and potential turnovers for Casey is going to be an issue. So,
yes, they're playing full court press defense, not letting anything get by. There's a miss from Casey County.
Rebound by Cook. Fraley bringing it up the floor. Going to take a Euro and get the foul. That foul's on number 21 for Casey County, Shaler.
I feel like that's a skill share between Pulaski County, is their ability to draw a foul at the rim.
Fraley misses the first. We have the first substitution in the game. This is going to be Ethan Ham coming in the game for Carson Beeler. Second one is good. Got another trap there. Knight's able to get it at a reversal. Collins gets blocked. Casey County recovers. Got Ham coming in right in the game for a 3. It's too strong. Rebound by Pulaski. Push up the floor to Idlewind. Nice pass to Farmer. Their second bucket. Yeah.
Here we go. He might be heating up.
He might be. You might have called the story of the game right there before it happened, Reggie.
Maybe. We'll see.
Right there, you had Casey County making the mistake of crossing the half-court line into a trap. And that leads to another Casey County turnover.
I've seen Cook playing tight defense like that all night.
Alton thought about it. Look into the post.
Alton.
Casey County tried to save it back in bounds, but goes out, so it's going to remain with the Maroons. Rayleigh's going to set things up. Looks like we're going to get a Lex screen option for Alton, and he's going to get the bucket. Assist to Fraley on that. Got a little 1-2-2 pressure. The Maroons, see if they can.
Full-court defense.
Pass a little too strong. I don't know how catchable that one was, but it'll go to the Maroons.
Casey County's getting eaten alive by the turnovers at the moment. Fraley taking it up the floor.
Get a cross screen there for Farmer. There's third bucket of the night. So, Reggie, if you make a call like that, you're going to have to keep track of his points to see, make sure by the end of the game if he's right. You got to keep track of that.
He's got 6 right now.
I know.
I'm keeping track. 3 for 3, 6 points.
Casey County handles the pressure this time. Got some dangerous cross-court passes, but they're getting them through right now. Knight's going to take the 3. A little short. Rebound to Anderson. Pushed up the floor to Fraley. Anderson with a nice drop step for the bucket. I think that's his second bucket of the night. Casey County's being a little more patient now, reversing the ball, so we'll see. But once we get past half court, they try to make another errant pass. Tipped away. But I think you're seeing some frustration set in for Casey County because they're starting to be more patient in the backcourt, but then once they finally, after they've worked so hard to get it across, then they're making the mistake of throwing it away after they get it in the half court. Anderson with the block.
From Anderson, that's his second block.
That's a nice pass up the court to Cook. We are 17-0 right now at the moment. All right, so Ham's going to set it up for the Rebels. Over tonight. They're setting up. Looks like Pulaski County has dropped into a 3-2 zone now. Going to stay with the Rebels. Got some substitutions in here. Yep.
We got Foster Fraley coming in here at the 5 for Farmer. Let him get a little break.
For Case County, looks like Beeler has come back in. Carson Beeler has checked back in. All righty, so we got a little ball pressure here. Foster Fraley up covering the Jackson Knight. Reverse the Ham. Looks like they're trying to get some looks in the post, but they just don't have the matchups there with the strength of Pulaski County down in the post to get a look. Got a 5-second call called there. That defensive pressure was put on there by number 3, Blake Fraley. Anderson thought about it a couple times and then lost the handle on the ball. So steal to Beeler. Casey County's coming down the floor. Nice ball pressure there by Anderson. He's going to do a behind the back.
The back to Fraley. Nice assist there by Anderson.
Yep, nice one to Fraley. If I don't know somebody's name for Pulaski County, I'm just going to say Fraley, and I might be right.
three of them out there.
3 on the floor right now.
Got 2 on the floor.
Or 2, yeah, 2 on the floor. Carson's on the bench right now, getting a breather. Rebound to Anderson. He was looking for another long outlet. He does get one. This one's Idlewind. He's going to take it all the way for an easy scoop and score.
I think it might have been a walk called there.
Now, he took good long strides, but got 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. 21-0 in favor of the Maroons. Foster, Fraley.
Foster, Fraley.
Oh, had a no call. Looks like he tried to plant, but just lost his footing there, and they called a walk on that. You got Anderson coming out of the game. I think that's Cam Measle replacing him, number 12. Got a timeout for Casey County here. Once again, want to take this opportunity to thank our presenting sponsors like Cumberland Rheumatology and Infusion Center, Phil Grundy Insurance, and Sports Den. So, Reggie, first thoughts on this first quarter? We're about to the end here. Thoughts so far?
Honestly, surprised Casey County hasn't put any points up, but I think with the guards they're missing, like their young guard Hunter Patrick, he came from Somerset. He's a nice 3-point shooter for them. I think they're just missing some of their guard play, and that's making it hard on them to score.
Yeah, and Pageant went down with the ACL here recently. I was just talking to Coach Carmen earlier before the game, and he mentioned Hunter's progression throughout this season and how he's really was kind of starting to get it a little bit and then had the injury. So it's unfortunate, but part of the game. So, hey, we got Casey County here in the front court. Ball being picked up by Foster Fraley. Knights looking to get something set up. Measle almost got a breakaway there, but couldn't corral it in time, and we've got the end of the first quarter. So we are 21-0 at the moment. We'll as I mentioned, we got a full week of basketball here coming at the Briar Patch. So if you're not with us tonight, if you're able to come out any this week, we got through Friday, we'll have a game here every night. So we got our game tonight, of course, first round boys district action. The second game of the first round of the district is going to be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here at the Briar Patch. Rockcastle County is going to come in here and take on the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Then on Thursday, we will have the girls championship game between the Rockcastle Lady Rockets and the Pulaski County Lady Maroons. That one will be a great game. I think I'm going to be on the call that night. That's going to be a great game. They had 2 absolute classics of games during the regular season, so I'm excited to watch that one on Thursday night. And then Friday night will be the winner tonight, the winner of tomorrow night, playing in the boys 47th District Championship game.
Telling you, Mr. Extra, I think we're going to have a heck of a game tomorrow night.
I think tomorrow could be a banger too. Could be a great one.
We've seen a tense rivalry all season between Somerset and Rockcastle.
Last time those two teams played, a lot of little fireworks
exactly
up in Rockcastle. So we'll see.
I'm ready to see what tomorrow night holds.
Should be a crazy atmosphere up here at the Briar Patch tomorrow night.
We got Big Bad Bartley coming in.
Big Bad Bartley. All right, got the pressure here. Got the second quarter underway.
Abe Hargis taking the ball up the court. To Patel.
I think Pulaski County here, I think probably had Coach Fraley at that quarter trying to just tell his team to be patient and work on their stuff, get good shots, share the balls. They just did right there. And you got a 3 from Measle there.
One of PC's strong suits is definitely their bench. You see Cam coming off the bench, Nish, and they really make differences in these games.
Yeah, depth is crucial, especially this time of year. Thought Casey County's trying to get it in the post there. We're going to get a foul here on Pulaski County.
Patel. It's his first foul of the night.
This Patel with this first foul. We got Beeler coming out for Casey County, and he is being replaced by number 11, Ben Gossage. Gossage just floated a pass out there for the steal for Measle, and the bucket with Hargis. Hargis is another one of their top points per game contributors off the bench this season. He scores 5.4 points per game on the season. Knight's trying to get the baseline. Wasn't getting it. Knight once again getting pressured. Ham going to take the three. No good. Rebound comes off to the Maroons.
We're going into less than 6 minutes left in this first
Fraley with a good, strong take to the basket.
Still no points from Casey County. Down 28-0.
Good. And, of course, Casey County's just not been able to answer or handle it yet. So we'll see if that pressure lets up, and maybe you get a chance at the free throw line. Got to hit the freebies. Cam Measle with his first foul. We've got Evan Collins going to the line here. He's a freshman. First one is good.
Putting some points on the board.
We are on the board. Looks like we got a whole host of Maroons coming in. Looks like you got a lot of the young guns in there. We'll try to get names for everybody called out here in just a second. Rebound comes to Pulaski. Reggie's going to get us names here in a minute. Oh, going inside. No good. Blocked by Casey County. Bringing it up the floor tonight.
Guarded by Camden. No, that's not Camden.
You need reading glasses reading that over there, Reggie?
Maybe.
We got a three. Three for Knight. Jackson Knight with a three.
So in for PC, we got 33, Connor Blevins. The freshman, we got Camden Fraley, number 20, also a freshman. Like Mr. Rexler said, they're getting some young guys in there. And 25, Tanner Absher, the freshman. Brazil Maddox Cup, a sophomore.
Knight's feeling it. He's going to go for a second three. No good. Rebound for the Maroons. Little battle down in there. Nice pass up the floor for the bucket. All right, so we've got Casey in the front court. Ham looking down, pass up to the wing.
Just line up the freshman and sophomores can shut them down.
We got, I think, for Casey County, is that at least 2 8th graders, maybe 3 out there, or 3 out there right now. So Casey County's got the youth. Pulaski brought their youth out. Let the young guys battle a little while. Going to set it up. Casey County being patient, trying to get looks, running their offense. Number 11 there, also an 8th grader, or actually a freshman, short with that.
Absher with the pass.
Oh, no good on the roll, on the shot. But you got 33, Connor Blevins coming in with the putback. Got Ham bringing it up the floor for the Rebels. Still got plenty of pressure for the Maroons. They're another turnover for Casey County.
Absher with the ball.
Pass up the floor to Cup.
Fraley.
Fraley.
Chance bucket.
Camden Fraley gets a tip, gets his own rebound, and gets the buck put back. Got Ethan Ham bringing it up the floor for the Rebels.
Another Fraley carrying on the name at Pulaski County High School.
Going to take that one. Three's hard. Shot was by Collins. Got Cup bringing it up the floor for the Maroons. Cup's going to set things up. Get some instructions from Coach Fraley. We're going to run some offense against this 2-3 zone. Fraley passed up, had a look in there. He's passing up, trying to get the ball moving a little bit. He's going to take this one to the rim for another bucket.
Another one. Coming off the bench strong.
Well, Reggie, I think if the score hadn't gotten out of hand, I think you would have been right probably about Farmer going off again tonight. But we may get another opportunity to see that later on in the week if the result here holds.
Yeah, I think they're going to give these starters some rest against some tough teams they've got coming up in this tournament, like the Briar Jumpers.
Briar Jumpers will have a dogfight tomorrow night with the Rockets. We'll talk more about that as the night goes on. Reggie, did you make it out to any of the girls' action last night?
I did not.
Did not make it out into any of that?
How are we looking?
We've got the Lady Rockets and Pulaski County Lady Maroons will be squaring off on Thursday night. They've had some battles this season. Knight no good on the three. Long rebound. Get tipped out by Pulaski. We go to stay with the Rebels. Got 40 seconds left here in the half. Ham's going to walk it up. Get set up here for Knight. Going to get the call from the sideline. Trying to look for the weak side three for Knight here. Gets a look. No good. A little short. And Pulaski will take the last shot, I think, here. Cup with the ball. Getting things set up. We'll see what kind of look we're going to get here. Fraley with the kick to the corner. Let's get back out. Like one too many passes on that one for the Maroons, and they'll end it with a turnover. So at the half here, Pulaski County Maroons 36, Casey County Rebels 4. We're at halftime here. We'll take us a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We'll come back with a couple minutes left before halftime to get you set up for the second half action. This is Somerset Athletics Network. We'll be with you shortly.
I think I seen you at that last one. First one, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. We about lost that damn thing. I mean, all of our we lost 4 in a row and we damn near almost lost that one. I swear, I think DCA Mercer will probably win the region. They're swatting everything. They were swatting everything in the gym. Yeah, I don't see nobody leaving. Yeah. I bet they had probably at least 10 bucks on this. That's crazy. Don't go up and grab a seat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Briar Patch. We are about to start second half of our first round district matchup between the Pulaski County Maroons and the Casey County Rebels. We've got a lopsided matchup right now, 36-4 in favor of the Maroons. Before we get started here with this second half, I want to take this opportunity to once again thank our title sponsor for this district tournament. We'd like to thank Alton Blakley for being the title sponsor of the boys and girls 47th district tournament. We'd also like to give a little thank you to our presenting sponsors, Lake Cumberland Rheumatology and Infusion Center, Phil Grundy Insurance, and Sports Den, your one-stop shop for coaches, schools, and sports enthusiasts. So it looks like we're going to get started with action. It should be Maroon basketball here to get things started here in the second half. So it looks like you do have the starters for Pulaski coming back out to start the game. Got starters for Casey County as well. So we had the Coach Fraley clearing out the benches there by the end of the second quarter. So we'll see how long the starters do stay on the floor here in this second half. Got the steal there for Casey County. Knight will bring up the basketball. Once again, we got Maroons getting in the pressure, picking up the pressure here. Farmer on the defense against Shaler. Kick back out. All right, I'm going to be joined here for a few minutes with Mr. Alan Lewis is going to join in a little bit here on the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm just getting here at halftime. It's a little bit one-sided so far, but from what I understand, Casey County is without several of their players, key players, and they're just in here to battle with some of their younger players tonight.
To battle, and I think that's the key word there. Gonna get the shot for Anderson, no good. Rebound to Casey County to Collins. Knight pushes it up the floor. That's key thing here, Alan. I don't know how long you think we'll get keep the starters in for the Maroons.
Well, that's what, as I walked in at halftime, I kind of thought that they may not start the second half. In part because Pulaski County, you're looking forward to Friday night at this point, and kind of keeping some fresh legs, but they are still in. So I would be very surprised if they're not out within a couple of minutes of the third quarter. It's kind of get a second half start, but then take off.
I'd say you're right. As a coach, I always liked, even in a big lead like this, I always like to get my starters back on the floor for at least a few minutes just to kind of get their legs under them. Anderson with the breakaway layup there. But with this top of a lead, you've got the running clock rule set into effect now once we pass the 35-point mark, so 36-point lead. It looks like you got some action here on the sideline to get some subs starting in. So it looks like Fraley's going to start with kind of a few of his main contributors off the bench, and then he'll probably go to the others here before too long.
And that's something I was going to add. I wasn't sure on the rule if it was a 30-point lead for the running clock or 35.
35, yep.
So that maybe kind of played into the decision to put the starters back in, get the running clock, and then it looks like that there's kind of a mass substitution right now, so they may be coming out and they may be done for the night.
That clock does stop on free throws and timeouts, but that is pretty much it otherwise.
Pulaski's got to be thinking about getting those players rested for the rest of the tournament. And they're a good team. I feel like they've got a long run. They can make a nice run. So
Collins makes those free throws. Maroons are setting it up. You have Hatter setting things. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's not Hatter.
I'm going to say Hatter sounds like a Casey County.
Yeah, that is Casey County.
I will tell you, we're talking about Pulaski County and kind of looking forward to Friday night, but you may have touched on this earlier in the game, but Pulaski County has lost 4 of their last 5 games, which they've had a good schedule. So that's not that they've, played terrible or had some major upsets, but they've lost 4 of the last 5. Right now is when you want to be hitting on all cylinders. Yeah. So I could see Coach Fraley playing a little bit more to kind of get into this groove on Friday night and try to pick up a win, because it is key in the 12th region to go into the tournament as the winning team and not the losing team. You're obviously in either way, but you really want to draw a district runner-up and not have to potentially face a DCA or something in the first round.
Yeah, Foster Fraley going up for a strong 2 there. Absolutely. This is probably, honestly, a game if you're Coach Fraley, you probably don't want to play this game. Like, you would rather have a maybe not a nail biter, but one where you're able to get a little bit better looks and more looks on everything instead of having one that's kind of one-sided out of hand. Looks like we're going to get some more substitutions here for Pulaski.
On the other side of that, I remember we played DCA last year, and they were a good, formidable team that gave us a good look. But going into 2 or 3 overtimes with them, in that next game, we were exhausted.
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword.
Casey County, we mentioned having some younger players out on the court right now. This 21 that's battling right now, I don't know him, but he's an 8th grader, Jason Schaller. Yeah. My son plays middle school basketball, and I know that he's played against him in middle school. And I'll tell you, he dominated in middle school basketball.
He's got some good size for an 8th grader. A little raw, but he's got some shows some promise.
Absolutely.
Casey County misses there. Pulaski pushing up.
3. Totally off.
Collins with the rebound as Ham will push it up the floor for the Rebels. So, yeah, that's a key thing. I think they've done a pretty good job so far, or tonight, is Maroons in a game like this. Sometimes it's hard to keep your focus when you're going through a game like that. And so, sometimes that may mean rest, and they get to rest a little bit tonight. But sometimes that may mean maybe Friday night they don't come out the sharpest that they may normally come out.
Yeah, that part of coaching is a little bit of a game of chess, and obviously knowing your players on what's going to kind of push them to, for the next game and how much rest you have. That's why the coaches are paid the big bucks.
And I feel like one thing with this Maroons team is they haven't had multiple easy games in a row. Like we've been saying, they lost 4 of the 5 games. So I don't know if one easy game is really going to completely throw them off their groove.
I don't know.
I feel like they're used to facing adversity throughout the year.
You're probably right, and you're right. I don't know. It could go either way. We won't really know until Friday night when see how they come out. If they come out focused and sharp in the first few minutes of the game Friday night, or if they come out where, a little lax because they had this lopsided victory here in this game. So,
and while this game is a bit of a lopsided victory, assuming that the Maroons hold on, tomorrow night it's going to be a good game right here on Somerset Athletics Network. 7 o'clock, you can watch Somerset Briar Jumpers take on Rockcastle, and I believe that's going to be a good game. Both teams going to want to punch their ticket to the region tournament, have a shot to knock off the Maroons, assuming they hold this lead off on Friday night.
Yeah, Reggie, have you made it out to either of the 2 regular season matchups between the Rockets and the Briar Jumpers this year?
I have. I made it out to the one that was here when I think we beat them by about 20 points. I wasn't able to make it out to the game at Rockcastle, but I heard it was an electric game for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely cementing the rivalry of those 2 teams this year.
Yeah, it's always, Rockcastle's always a tough place to go in and play as the opposing team. So, got another substitution here for Casey County. 24, Cooper Harn is in the game. He's the 8th grader. Casey County into the 2-3 zone. Pulaski sharing the ball, moving around. I would say probably what you'll see is I would bet Coach Fraley going to come out in the 4th quarter and let the younger guys that ended the first half probably take the whole 4th quarter.
I think so. It's good to get those guys some experience for sure.
You know, and it's not every day that as a freshman, 8th grader, whatever, that you get district tournament experience. So that can be valuable in the years to come for both of these teams.
Absolutely.
3
Casey
from Patel to end the quarter. Oh,
tip not going to count.
Oh, that one off.
By Fraley.
Casey County playing some younger players by necessity and getting some good experience. But you're exactly right. Pulaski County can get some of these young guys in and get some experience. And, it's also probably much better for a player when you're getting that experience in a winning time.
A winning situation, yeah.
So, valuable experience for the future.
We'll take this opportunity once again to thank our title sponsor for the night, or for this week in this district tournament. We'd like to thank Alton Blakley for being the title sponsor of the boys and girls 47th district tournament. Also want to give a big shout out to our other presenting sponsors, Lake Cumberland Rheumatology and Infusion Center, Phil Grundy Insurance, and Sports Den, your one-stop shop for coaches, schools, and sports enthusiasts. So, Reggie, if you're a player on Casey County's team right now, what are you wanting to get out of this quarter? Because you don't want to just go out there and just say, well, it's done. I mean, you want to try to make something positive happen. So what are you trying to do?
I mean, I feel like, same as Pulaski County, Casey County knows this game's over, so they're going to be playing some of their bench players. And as a young guy out there playing, getting any experience, like I know, the football team, my freshman year, we went 1-9. So I spent a lot of time in the position of one of these Casey players right now, a young guy just getting some minutes when we're losing. And I feel like there's definitely a lot of learning. I mean, they're still playing full speed basketball against other high school players. So there is a lot to be learned. And I feel like you learn more in 5 minutes of a game than you do 5 weeks of practice.
Yeah.
So
Wheeler for a long 3, no good.
These young guys can definitely get a lot of experience playing high school basketball.
Absolutely. There's no substitute for game experience.
No, not at all.
As this 4th quarter gets underway, I'm going to slide over to our left over here and kind of work on the production side. But thanks for having me on. And just remember, tomorrow night, Somerset Briar Jumpers takes on Rockcastle County Rockets. Tune back in at 7 p.m.
So, Reggie, on that note, what are you looking forward to on the game tomorrow night? Because I know you're going to be here, bells on, ready to go, ready to cheer on the Briar Jumper. So what are you looking forward to tomorrow night the most?
I don't know. I think there's definitely some heated rivalry, not just between the two teams, but also the fan bases and just everyone involved.
The student section should be pretty electric, I think tomorrow night.
Electric.
Yes, on both sides.
Both the Briar Jumpers and the Rockets.
Yeah.
I know those kids don't care to make the drive up to Somerset or down to Somerset.
No, they'll be here and in
nice
force. Game. Yeah. So they'll be here and they'll be loud. So it'll be a loud night here tomorrow night.
I've got to talk to a few of the Briar Jumpers, and I think they're ready for a nice matchup tomorrow night, no matter what gets thrown at them.
Got the Maroons passing the ball around right now. Nice, good, strong move.
Freshman big man getting in there.
Yeah, that's Connor Blevins with a big up and under and going up strong. Looks like we got 2 more subs coming in for Maroons here at the next dead ball. Well, I'll here in a minute. I'll also do some talking and set up our Thursday night girls championship game matchup that we already have set from the winners to last night's first round matchup. That was Collins there for the 2. You'll have the Lady Rockets of Rockcastle versus the Lady Maroons of Pulaski on Thursday night for the girls championship.
Patel with the shot on the perimeter. Can't make it fall.
Rebound off to Collins.
He's usually a pretty good shooter coming off the bench, and I think he struggled.
Hand with the floater, no good.
Blevins with the rebound. But we got a little under 5 minutes in the game. 50-10 in favor of the Pulaski County Maroons.
Casey County just looking to get some positive momentum here going in because, they're looking to go forward for their, kind of working into the next season. Looks like they've already gotten I don't see their lone senior, Ethan Hatter, is not on the floor right now for the Rebels. I don't know if he's been shut down for the night.
Pulaski. Nice screen from Blevins.
Trying to look into the big man again and got knocked out.
Casey County.
Got some subs here.
Yep. Going to be Pulaski ball.
We do have the senior Ethan Hatter for Casey County coming back in the game. I would say you may see him get subbed back out here with about a minute or something to go. Get him well-deserved round of applause from their fan base. Got Pulaski looking to get something working in the half. Get the big man down there really working, trying to get the ball. Blevins is really wanting another look at it. No good. Rebound off to the Rebels.
Nice stuff defense by Pulaski County.
So I was just kind of looking here, trying to set up things for Pulaski and Rockcastle on the girls' side of things for Thursday night. They split their season series, each winning one of those games. Each of those games first game was a 3-point game in favor of Rockcastle, in favor of Pulaski. The second meeting, which was on January 31st, was a 2-point game in favor of the Maroons. So, in favor of Rockcastle. So Pulaski won the first meeting, Rockcastle won the second. 5 points between 2 game difference. So you saw some of the starters for Casey County, including Ethan Hatter, the senior, getting taken off the floor and getting kind of his flowers as a senior. So that will Thursday night, Reggie. I'm telling you, I know you may not have gone to many girls games this year. That would be a game. That'll be a good girls game. I'm glad I'm going to be able to call that one and watch that one. That'll be
You might see me up here.
That'll be or if you will sit at home, you can tune in here on the Somerset Athletics Network and you can listen to me call the game.
I might.
And you get all the action.
You, Mr.
You can come up here with me. We can make it happen.
I haven't called a girls basketball game yet this season, so might be my first one.
Blevins was looking for it again, went through his hands. It's going to go to Casey County. You got Braylon Richards there bringing the ball up the floor. Talking to Coach Carmen before the game, and he mentioned that due to all the injuries here recently, he got called up to get some wear the varsity jersey here tonight. So he's an 8th grader. Got Richards getting trapped there. Looks like he got the foul call on Blevins.
Small, but it looks like he's got a little bit of a dribbling bag out there, maybe.
He looks, he's going to have to dribble through some of the trees in there. Casey County looking inside.
Nice pass. Oh.
Rebound comes off strong.
Oh.
Got an Absher bringing it down. He backs it out to get things set up. Nice. Casey County miscommunication on the defense, and you had Fraley breaking through there to get a bucket. He's been able to get a few. Camden Fraley's been able to get a few looks and buckets here
I
tonight.
think he's got, what, 6 or 8?
Yeah, think so. Looks like we got a turnover, and that may be, with the running clock, one of the last plays of the game. They may inbound it. Looks like it's going to inbound, let it roll out. We're going to end things out here with a final score of Pulaski County Maroons 55, Casey County Rebels 10. So, we had one-sided. Pulaski County will be awaiting the winner of tomorrow night's Somerset versus Rockcastle game. That the boys' championship game will be at 7 o'clock on Friday evening here at the Briar Patch. If you're not able to make it out to that game, you can tune in here on Somerset Athletics. Also, don't forget, we really want you to come out, pack the gym tomorrow night for Rockcastle versus Somerset. And I know Reggie's going to be here. He's going to be ready to go. Come out and see us. But if you're not able to get to the game tomorrow night, make sure to join us here at 7 o'clock. We'll start off with a pregame 5 or 6 minutes before tip. Reggie, any final thoughts here? Finishing off tonight or leading into the rest of the week?
Well, this game ended as I expected it to end. I mean, I didn't really know if it was going to be this bad, but PC laid it on Casey for sure, and I'm just ready to see tomorrow night's game between the Briar Jumpers and the Rockets.
Tomorrow night will be great. So once again, join us all week this week. Tomorrow night will be the second game of the first round for the boys, Somerset versus Rockcastle. So join us here tomorrow night. For Reggie Smith, I'm Casey Rexroth for Somerset Athletics Network. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.